Each morning when I wake up, the very first thing I do is thank God for the blessings in my life. And among all those blessings, you stand out as one of the greatest and most meaningful. Just knowing that your mind fills my heart with gratitude. In a world that often feels cold, fast-paced, and driven by money, I find comfort and peace in your presence. You are warm, grounded, kind-hearted, and incredibly real, something that's becoming so rare these days. I've been thinking a lot lately, especially after hearing what happened to a friend of mine. He recently got rejected by someone he really liked, not because he lacked character or wasn't respectful, but because he didn't earn as much money as they expected. It hit me hard because I know he's a genuinely good person. He minds his own business, treats people with kindness, respects his family, and never harms anyone. He works hard and earns a decent living, but apparently that wasn't enough. That incident made me reflect on just how lucky I am to have you. You've never cared about how much money I make. From the very beginning, what mattered to you was my heart, my intentions, and the kind of person I am. You've always said that money can be earned over time, but finding someone who is honest, loyal, and kind is a much rarer treasure. That way of thinking, your values, are part of what makes you so special. In a time when so many relationships are based on materialism or superficial expectations, you chose love, depth, and sincerity. You've always been smarter than me when it comes to handling finances. In fact, there have been many times when you've earned more than I have. But never once did you let that become an issue. You never made me feel small, never made me feel like I lacked something. Instead, you supported me. You encouraged me when I doubted myself, stood by me through tough times, and reminded me that we're in this together. You helped me emotionally, mentally, and yes, even financially when I needed it most. But you never made me feel dependent, you made me feel empowered. That's what makes our relationship so special to me. You've always seen us as a team. In your eyes, whatever we have, whether little or much, belongs to both of us. You've always believed that we are building a life together, not competing against each other. It's such a rare mindset today, and I truly consider myself blessed to be with someone as thoughtful, selfless, and emotionally mature as you. I genuinely feel at peace in this life we're creating together. I feel safe with you, not just physically but emotionally. I never feel like I have to hide parts of myself. I can talk to you about anything, my dreams, my fears, my past, my hopes for the future, and you listen, not just with your ears but with your heart. That's something I will never take for granted. My friends often tell me how different you are from most people they know, and they mean that as the highest compliment. They see the way you treat me, the way you carry yourself with grace and humility, and they're amazed. And honestly, so am I. You truly are the best. Thank you for being such a wonderful human being. Thank you for being a source of strength, for respecting me, for helping me become a better version of myself. You've always uplifted me instead of putting me down. You've stood by my side like a true partner in every sense of the word. Please, never change. Stay the beautiful soul you are, loving, understanding, strong, and wise. I sometimes struggle to find the right words to express just how deeply I appreciate you. But I want you to know that every single day, I feel grateful to have you in my life. With you, every day feels meaningful and full of light. There's no pressure, no judgment, just love, comfort, and mutual respect. That's something not many people get to experience, and I thank God every day that I do. I know life will have its ups and downs, and there will be days that test us. But knowing that you are by my side gives me the strength to face anything. I trust you with my heart, my dreams, my life. You've become my home in a world that can often feel uncertain. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being mine. I love you more than words can ever express. My dear, there is something I have observed that often goes unspoken, yet it deeply affects many relationships today. Some girls tend to have unrealistic expectations from their partners, expectations that often don't take into account the partner's financial, emotional, or mental capabilities. They want certain things, material or otherwise, without truly considering whether their person can actually afford them either financially or emotionally. Rather than understanding their partner's current situation, they compare him to others, especially to their friends' partners who may be in completely different circumstances. This constant comparison creates a sense of inadequacy and pressure that is deeply unfair and emotionally exhausting. It's not always about whether someone wants to provide, sometimes it's about whether they are in a position to do so. Many men silently carry this burden. They work hard, they try their best, and they struggle to meet not only their personal responsibilities but also the expectations of their significant other. But when those efforts go unnoticed or are deemed not enough, it chips away at their self-esteem. What hurts more is that despite giving their all, they are still made to feel like failures just because they can't match someone else's lifestyle. In many of these cases, the woman continues to demand, unaware, or sometimes unconcerned, with what her partner is going through. She expects to be loved, pampered, and cared for, but forgets that love is not a one-way street. A relationship thrives on mutual effort, understanding, and emotional support, not on constant expectations from one side. We live in a society that has long placed emotional value on women and financial responsibility on men. While women are encouraged to express their feelings, cry, and seek comfort, men are expected to be stoic providers who are not allowed to show weakness. This outdated mindset is deeply harmful. It ignores the fact that men, too, have emotions. They feel tired, stressed, disheartened, and even broken at times. But they often suppress these feelings because they're not given the space to be vulnerable. Society doesn't give them permission to speak up or seek comfort without being judged. The pressure to provide, especially in the face of unrealistic expectations, can cause a man immense inner turmoil. His self-respect takes a hit every time he is made to feel less than, not for a lack of effort, but simply for not being able to match up to imagined standards. Yes, traditionally, men have been seen as providers. But in today's world, where we constantly talk about equality, doesn't that equality also mean sharing emotional and financial responsibilities? If we expect equality in rights and respect, then shouldn't there also be equality in effort, understanding, and compromise? Instead of pressuring men to meet extravagant desires, it's time for women to reflect and ask, are my expectations reasonable? Are they aligned with our current situation, or are they based on comparison and ego? To be clear, this is not a generalization. Not all women are like this, and not all men are faultless. There are many women who deeply understand their partner's struggles. They support their men emotionally, stand by them in hard times, and value the effort more than the outcome. These women choose love and understanding over material things. They know when to hold back their own desires because they see their partner trying. They share the burden, emotionally and sometimes even financially. They don't make their partners feel small, they lift them up. And just as there are women like this, there are also men who fall short in relationships. No one is perfect, and that's the point. Relationships require grace and patience on both sides. To those women who are overly demanding and place their partner under constant pressure, I just want to say, think before you ask. Consider the weight your words might carry. Place yourself in your partner's shoes before making demands. Understand that when you constantly compare or complain, you may be unknowingly hurting the very person who is trying their best for you. Never attack a person's self-respect. Once that's damaged, it's hard to rebuild. When someone feels they're not good enough despite giving their all, they begin to emotionally withdraw. And when that happens, love starts to fade, not because they stopped caring, but because they became too tired to keep proving themselves. Instead of punishing someone emotionally for not meeting your expectations, choose love and kindness. Shower your partner with care, affection, and appreciation. Acknowledge their efforts. Don't fall into the trap of showing off for the world. Social media doesn't matter. The world doesn't care whether you got roses or a diamond ring, but your partner cares about how you make them feel. Learn to spend and desire according to your situation, not according to someone else's reality. In the end, relationships are about partnership, not pressure. Love should be a safe space for both people, a place where each feels seen, valued, and respected. If your partner is making you a priority, then make sure you do the same. Don't let ego, comparison, or materialism take away something beautiful. Choose each other, again and again, with understanding, with grace, and with love.